Hello guys, Greg back with another video. So today's part 2 of my good value fragrances series. The first part of this was actually ages ago, so apologies it's taken so long. This video, these are not bargain bin fragrances as such, they're just good value for what you get. All of the fragrances in the list were picked up for less than £30 in the UK. It's going to be a quick fire video like the previous one. I'm not going to be dissecting each fragrance, just going to give you some key information on each one. And then that allows me to get more videos out if I can do it in that type of format. So the first one, this one here, I've taken the cap off because the cap's reflective and you can see all of me and the camera and everything. So I do have the cap here, it's a big old cap. But this one is from a house that doesn't really get a lot of love, especially from frag heads. House is Klein, and this fragrance is called Reveal for Men. Now, this is supposed to have a prominent note of agave. Now, I can't honestly say I know what agave smells like, but to me, Reveal is a salty, sweet, aromatic, woody fragrance. A lot of descriptions there, but hopefully it gives you a feel for it. The main notes for me that I pick up are tonka and melon. There's some booziness in here, and as I said, there's some saltiness to it. Now, this one really packs a punch in the performance department. Both projection, CRs, longevity, very, very strong on all of those. And you can pick this up for about £23 in the UK for 100ml. So definitely worth checking out. That is Reveal by Calvin Klein. Next, we've got one that I reviewed quite a few years ago, actually. I've just recently bought another bottle of this. I still think this is great bang for buck. It's from Mont Blanc, and it's called Presence. It's a very well balanced fragrance. It's a mix of fruits, woods and spice. Now, when I reviewed this, I described it as being like a candy floss coated apple that's been sprinkled with cinnamon and grated ginger, and then you get a vanilla and an amber base, also woods and musk. So there's a lot going on in here. It's very hard to dislike this one, and I think if it was released by a more fashionable fragrance house, it would get a lot more love and it would have been much more successful commercially. Next one, this is one that you definitely would have heard of, but it doesn't get much talk for some reason. And it's a really good fragrance, and it can be picked up for a very reasonable price. And it's from Gucci, and it's called Gucci by Gucci Pour Homme. Now, this one's all about tobacco and violet leaf for me. It's a woody, spicy green fragrance, very calm, very pleasing. It's a bit short-lived on the skin, but if you don't, kind of mind reapplying fragrances, which I don't, I do all the time. It's a great versatile signature scent. It's not up there with the great sort of Gucci fragrances of yesteryear, but it destroys any of the rubbish they're bringing out these days, with the exception of Gucci Guilty Absolute, I think it's called. Yeah, that's the one that's just been released, because that is really good. Next up, now, if this one was judged just on smell and not performance, I think it would be much more highly regarded by people. It's from John Varvatos, and it's simply called John Varvatos. Don't mix this one up with John Varvatos Vintage, which strangely has been called Vintage, actually came out after this one. But both are great fragrances. What I get from this one, unusually, is exactly what Fragrantica lists, or what the people on Fragrantica list, and that's leather, plum and cinnamon. Also, people say they get a lot of fig from this. I don't get that quite so much. But I'd rate this at least a 9 out of 10 on smell. And actually, I don't have any problems with performance on this one. I know a lot of people do, but it works very well for me. And my fifth and final pick for this instalment is another one that I've actually reviewed previously, and another one that I really don't think it gets enough talk. And it's from Carolina Herrera, and it's called Chic for Men. Now, this starts out very fruity, the main note being watermelon in here. There's cardamom note in here, and the cardamom note is actually similar to the cardamom note in La Nuit de l'Homme. And I think when I reviewed this fragrance, and it was quite a few years ago, I actually said that wasn't the case, because I'd heard other people say it was, but I've since changed my mind, and I do see that similarity. There's cinnamon in here, there's pepper, there's woods, musk. It's a really nice summer evening fragrance, I think. It's got that fresh fruitiness, but it also gets interesting as it develops, and it's got some backbone and some staying power. Definitely one worth trying if you haven't. Very good scent, and due to it not being particularly popular or well selling, it's very cheap as well. So there you go, guys. As I said, just a quick video today. There will be more instalments on this series. Hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to comment and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy the video. Don't forget that you can purchase samples of any of these fragrances and around 600 other fragrances from our online store, which is www.fragrancesamplesuk.com. And if you're outside of the UK, you can email us to discuss orders on the email address info@fragrancesamplesuk.com. Thanks a lot, guys. See you all soon with another video. Cheers.